Recently, we went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for 4 nights. We stayed in the Avista Resort right on the ocean. Off season, it was October, and obviously we weren't going to go in the water, but I don't really do that anymore. Anyway, I want to just walk along the beach. But I was wondering, what is there to do at night as far as entertainment goes in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina? As it turns out, there was plenty to choose from, and I'll tell you the ones that we picked. Hi, I'm Sandy from Sandy Over 70. Welcome to my channel. I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't done so already. It's free and it helps me out. So let me begin now by telling you my choices for evening entertainment in Myrtle Beach. The first thing I'm going to tell you about is the Pirates Voyage. Yes, I know it sounds like a kiddie show, and really it is. Everything in Myrtle Beach is designed for family consumption. Yes, it is. But in October, it was mostly adults because obviously the kids were back in school, and that's the reason I picked it. I hate the crowds. I've been there in the summer, and it is jammed with people. So I picked October as the perfect time, and it was. The weather was really nice. I mean, the first day it was really sunny. The second day was cloudy, but still very comfortable. The third day it did rain all day, but you know, what are you going to do? I picked the Pirates Voyage because it's a production of the Dolly Parton Enterprises, and I had been to her Dolly Stampede in Pigeon Forge, and it's just a first-rate production. I mean, she does things right, just like Dollywood is a very nice place to visit. So when I saw her name under it, I said, good, that's the one we're going to go to. When we got to the parking lot, there were plenty of parking spaces, and we walked up to the booth to get our tickets. There was no one else around. I thought, wow, it really isn't very busy. And you first enter a large room with tables and chairs and a stage up front. And this is the pre-show. They told us we had to get there 45 minutes early. So we did, and then really nothing was happening. But we walked around. There's a bar. We didn't get anything, but you can buy drinks, extra drinks there besides the ones you get with your meal. But what I did find is they had an area looked like a beauty shop where they had kids sitting in the chairs and makeup artists were making up the kids to look like pirates or various characters with the makeup and everything. The kids were really enjoying that. So eventually we did find some seats, and there was a pre-show. There was a juggler. He was pretty good. Normally, jugglers knew, but, you know, he was good. And there was an MC who was telling stories and jokes, so it was cute. And I noticed that if you bought the VIP ticket, I think the people were upstairs in the balcony, so they had special seating, and they got special, I don't know, gifts and things, and nothing that I needed. So I was perfectly fine with the regular admission, which was expensive enough, although not really, because you got all the entertainment and you got the meal, which I'm going to tell you about. I think it was $168 for both of us adults, and you got a lot for that, so I'm not complaining about the price. So eventually the show was over, and they said, go through this door and find your seats. Well, I didn't realize we actually had assigned seating to a certain section, so I was completely walked beyond it. But eventually I found the little area where, you know, we were supposed to seat. And I guess because I ordered the tickets online like a few hours beforehand, we were way on the end. I would have preferred to be in the center, but, you know, that's my fault. I should have figured this out a long time ago. But there were really no bad seats. Most of a great deal of the arena was empty. Maybe it was filled. If it was filled 2/3, that would be a lot. And so everybody was down on the bottom. When you walked in, I could smell the water because this is an enclosed, huge, high-ceilinged building with a lagoon filled with water in the center and the replica of a huge antique ship sitting right in the middle. There's the front and end of the ship separate, and then in the middle part is the stage where most of the activity takes place. So the set is really beautiful. The ship has all kinds of equipment on it, and immediately you notice people flying through the air, and I think the first thing that happened was a parrot started flying around the entire arena several times.
Well, there are birds flying around the theater. Now there's 2 of them. And apparently, I got a wet spot on my shirt, so I have a feeling that one of them pooped on me.
They're beautiful birds, yes, very well trained. There were seals. There was a very, very cute trained seal. There were pirates jumping into the water, swimming and disappearing. And also, it was supposed to be about Blackbeard and his pirates. And there were 2 teams, red and blue, depending on which side of the arena you were sitting on. And you could root for your teams as they battled it out. So there was a lot of staged fighting on the ships, a lot of swinging from ropes and climbing rope ladders and jumping into the water. It was quite a spectacle. At one point, they used black lights that made the characters look like skeletons, which was really pretty. But let me tell you about the food, which is very interesting. Now, there's probably several thousand people in this arena, and they serve a 4-course meal to all these people throughout the show. So this is the table when you first come in. There's a place setting. It's not a table. It's like a bar. And there were 5 seats in our section. There was no one in the middle, but there were 2 couples on each end, and you see your plate setting, and they ask you to turn over your plate. And the first thing they do is they offer you drinks, and then they come by and give you a very tasty looking biscuit. Throughout the show, they're taking away dirty dishes and bringing more food and putting it onto your plate. So let me tell you what the food actually is. You get a creamy vegetable soup. It was very good. You get the biscuit, which again I enjoyed. You get half of a roasted chicken. Very good. I can't complain. And then some sugar-cured ham. And you get corn on the cob. I enjoyed that. Herb-basted potato wedge. For dessert, you get an apple pie. And it's apple pie with a crust around it. Love that. And you get unlimited Coca-Cola, tea, or coffee. I drank water, and that's offered too. I thought the food was great. It's fun to sit there and eat and watch this dramatic show. And I think that the few kids that were there really enjoyed it. There was parading around the outside of the lagoon. It was very nice. On another one of our evenings in Myrtle Beach, we decided to go to the Alabama Theater in North Myrtle Beach. It was only 10 minutes from our hotel. And they had a new show there for 2023 called Iconic. And I have been to this theater in the past, and I knew they do wonderful variety shows. And they did. I have to say that they had one of the best state-of-the-art video walls, their background scenery, that I have ever seen, and I have been to a lot of shows. It was fabulous. And also, since I do community acting and have been involved in community theater, I'm always looking at things besides just the stage. So I'm looking at the lighting, I'm looking at the set, I'm looking at the costumes. And these costumes were very expensive, and there were so many of them. Absolutely gorgeous. This show went on forever. It went on for about 2.5 hours. And there was a very funny comedian. He was very good, and it was performance after performance after performance. They weren't really connected. It was just different mini shows. We had really good seats and could see everything really well. This is a family show, as just about everything in Myrtle Beach is, and they played country music, classic rock, Broadway, pop power ballads. There was something for everyone, and it was just performance after performance, a lovely show. The final evening entertainment I want to talk about, actually, we went to on day 2, and it was Fat Herald's Shag Club, and I have done an entire video on that, which I will put the link below so that you can watch it. And it's a really fun video to watch because this is something I had been wanting to do for quite a long time, and I finally got to do it. So in my final review, I would say there's plenty to do in Myrtle Beach. It's all family oriented. If you go off season, there's no crowds. It's a wonderful time to visit. And I would say that my very favorite evening entertainment was Fat Herald Shag Club. Following that, I really liked the iconic show at the Alabama Theater. And finally, in third place would be the Pirates Voyage. If you go to Myrtle Beach, any of these shows are great, and I'm sure you will find something. If this isn't what you like, you will find something that you absolutely love. So I do recommend a visit. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and will give me a thumbs up. Have a great day.